Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
The #1 show that dominates cable news, The O'Reilly Factor. The #1 show that dominates cable news, The O'Reilly Factor.
The ACLU angry that Osama bin Laden's driver was convicted of terrorism charges. Why is that far-left organization so sympathetic to Al-Qaeda? We'll try to find out. In Kelly File segment tonight, military tribunal has found Osama bin Laden's bodyguard and driver, Salim Hamdan, guilty of terrorist activities. The ACLU is outraged.
Never in the history of the law of war has a military tribunal been convened to punish such a low-level offender for such low-level charges.
Don't you just want to slap the man, this ACLU? I just love to send the ACLU. I love to send them to Afghanistan on the eastern border. Just let them set up a little shop there. Okay. So this Hamdan, and this is just, he's bin Laden's bodyguard.
Right.
Bodyguard.
Right.
Sitting there while hatching plots to kill Americans.
He was there while they were planning 9/11.
He was there. But the ACLU's, oh, no.
Yeah.
What did he get?
Not only that, but reportedly had surface-to-air missiles in his car when he was apprehended.
Anybody could have, that could happen to anybody.
Right.
I bought a new car, there was a surface-to-air. I told him I didn't really want that option.
Lo and behold. Well, he was sentenced to 5.5 years. He's already served 5 years and a month, right. So now he only has to serve out 5 months.
Okay. Now, this belies the fact that the government's a fascist devil. This sentence was imposed by a military court, correct?
Yeah.
This is a fairly light sentence for somebody who had a surface-to-air missile in the trunk of his car.
It is.
And was Osama bin Laden's bodyguard.
It is, and it's not particularly surprising because military commissions typically sentence low. They're known for that. For example.
Oh, but the New York Times is outraged.
Oh, the New York Times says this verdict is a stain on the military and the military commission system. How do they argue with this? What are they going to say now that they see the sentence? I think this is a credit to the system. It shows it worked. And let me tell you, the judge down there...
You're too mean.
Listen.
You're too mean. He should have gotten probation. And he should have, in Kabul, Afghanistan, and report every now and then, in between Taliban battles, when he wasn't blowing up anybody. Just check in with the probation officer.
He says he's really sorry. He cried a little. He thanked the jury for letting him go.
Yeah.
I think he tugged at their heartstrings.
Yeah. You think he's converted, right?
I don't know that.
This whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest charade, the biggest dishonest piece of garbage I've ever seen, and an insult to all of the families who lost people on 9/11. This New York Times and ACLU, I'm telling you what, it just doesn't get worse than this.
Let me just tell you the bottom line. The people who object to the U.S. military commissions where we try our war criminals never point out the fact that we provide those prisoners with more rights than The Hague. They get more rights there than any other war crimes tribunal. So the ACLU is wrong.
If they get punished at all, the New York Times is not going to like it because the war on terror, Megyn Kelly, is our fault. It's America's fault. It's Bush's fault. That's what.
The biggest name. The highest rated. No one even comes close. #1 in all of cable news.